What's up, guys? Welcome back to Between the Takes. I am here with a fantastic band. This is probably the second time that we've done like an instrumental futon session, but this one just was amazing. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
My name's Amir. I'm a guitar player.
My name's Danny. I'm the drummer.
I'm Joab. I'm the keys player.
I'm Chet. I play the saxophone.
And you had one more player with you, if you want to shout him out real quick.
Yeah, shout out to Miguel. He's our bass player who forgot his bass today. But we still did the recording, so.
Luckily, there was a studio bass today. There's not always one here. But yeah, it was really good having you guys on. Originally, it was just you reaching out, I think, for some solo stuff. But I'm glad we waited because it morphed into something like way different from what I was expecting. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would say way better too, in the sense that like just I'm really better off playing with these guys because they just came through and like we did the album a couple of weeks ago. Like we recorded in March and that's gonna come out soon. So that's the material that we played for you today. And yeah, man, just like finding these guys was so helpful in trying to like get this material to life. Like I did not think that it was going to sound like this. So I'm just really stoked to have these guys on board. And now like the album's coming out, we have this video, which went fantastic. We also have a show. So lots of things to look forward to.
Yeah. I can't wait for your guys' album to come out. I need a date, but I know that you're still like finalizing.
I think we gotta pick a name first.
Yeah, we need to pick a name for the project as well.
By the time this comes out, the project will have a name.
Yeah.
For sure.
And you will see the name. It'll be Between the Takes featuring so-and-so.
Yeah.
But when we're recording this, we don't have that yet.
That's true.
This is the second time that Chet's actually made it on, which I'm really happy because he's just fun to have on. He's always annoying in a session because he'll pick up anything and start playing and sound good.
And I am very rude and annoying. Thank you. I was on here with Kozer a couple months ago, and that was a blast.
Yeah.
I actually didn't realize, I didn't put two and two together that this was where I was coming today. I pulled up to the side of the building, and I was like, oh, I know exactly where this is, and I know you. I saw you like 3 times this week.
Yeah. I think that was a record for us, like 3 or 4 days almost in a row.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, you reached out originally. Shout out to Koopaloo because he put out an amazing set of videos doing his instrumental stuff, and you saw those and reached out for it. And like I said, I'm glad you guys did. You sounded amazing. Everything was killer. What really like inspired you to kind of just make this project itself instead of just continuing it as your solo stuff?
Well, I already have written my solo stuff, which is progressive rock, which is really not like these songs before. So I released that EP late last year. And since then, I've also just sort of been evolving and trying out different stuff. And I bought a new guitar. So, of course, like that is influencing me to write different music, and I really just wanted to explore this format of like putting musicians in a room together and then having that recorded, because the earlier stuff I've written everything on my own and it's just like my head and my decisions, and kind of gets overwhelming after a point. So I really wanted to like just work with all of these guys, and they all sound fantastic. So these were really simple demos first. Like I only wrote like A section and B section chord progressions, and then sort of brought these out on the table in front of all of these guys. And then we rehearsed a couple of times and went into the studio. We really did not rehearse like that much. We just sort of identified like ins and outs of like certain songs. We also had a feature from Dave Tucker, who is an incredible Philly-based guitar player, so he's played 2 solos on the record. So this EP just came along with me just trying to try different things and like write differently, write with musicians in the room, and really like expand like the collaboration side of it and not having to do everything on my own.
Nice. That's a theme that comes out a lot, and I love seeing it because it's collaboration over isolation, and it's helped so many artists build out just amazing music and projects. Like I said, it's a theme I see with almost every band that comes through. They talk about how it was originally one person, and then they just took their idea to someone, and then they brought someone else in and brought someone else in and just built on top of it all.
That should be a T-shirt. Collaboration over isolation.
Yeah.
Futon session, collaboration over isolation. That's
Yeah,
that actually might be
patent
some good
pending.
merch.
Just to
I need a big poster of that too.
yeah, you do. Just to add to that, like when we first started rehearsing, I'm in a couple other projects. I'm not used to going into like the rehearsal space and being like, so what do you want here? And you're like, I don't know, what do you want to do? And like that was like how a lot of the songs went, and you gave us a lot of freedom to
Yeah, a lot of creativity.
while you know, sort of holding the borders of what you wanted around us, which was cool.
You guys' stuff definitely feels like it's open and it flows. Like it feels like everyone's doing whatever they want in there, but it still feels like it's all organized.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's definitely like the goal. Like, I mean, I definitely don't want any of these guys to hold back anything because like they're incredible. And I think Joab was the last person to be added on the project. So once he came through, like I was like, would you mind like just coming in as a band leader and really like helping us get through the sections? And he was kind enough to do that. So that really helps, and I think you could talk to him more about that because he's incredible at what he does, and he really helped us like just literally glide through the recording. We did like 5 songs in 6 hours, so no breaks, which is on me. But
I mean, like as for him being the last person added is crazy because he's with how key he sounds, pun intended, I guess, with how key he sounds to all of the songs. Like I would not have guessed that he was the last one in it.
yeah, initially it was me and Miguel, who's the bass player, and like he was the first person who I sort of got on board this project with. And then I knew Danny because we all somehow met at the Fat Lady Jam once. We've only played there once before. Of course, I've met Chet many
Fat Lady
times.
Brewing. It's the Fat Lady Jam sounds funny out of context. it's a brewery.
The Fat
There's a
Lady
jam
Brewery
at
in
Fat Lady
Manayunk.
Brewing Company. Yes, exactly. That.
It's a great space. I need to get over there for one of those nights just to listen because I've heard it's a great spot to just meet people and kind of connect.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
sure.
this project is literally the outcome of like me going there and meeting these people. And like I played with Danny and Joab just once, and then through Ruben, who's another friend of ours, that's how we are connected. So I asked Danny, and he was on board first, and then we really needed a keyboard player. So I asked him like, would you put in a word to Joab if he's gonna be in?
I was like, man, I could pull some strings.
Yeah, let's check my calendar, make sure.
I
fit
mean,
it in.
Joab's a busy man, so like, you know.
I believe it. I see this man gigging all the time, like on Instagram. This man's playing for like 30 different people a week.
Ooh,
That's what it feels
I
like.
wish.
But he said something key. Like you came in kind of as the band leader. Do you have a special approach that you try to bring when you're trying to be a band leader? Do you have a specific style that you try to always bring in, or do you try to fit the mold of whatever it is you're playing?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think I approach it as less is more. When I started directing like different bands, I would call out every single call out chord, and it just got annoying, I think. And Dan used to make fun of me all the time for it. But I think when I approach like MDing, like music directing, I just try to call out a quick thing, and I like to give it ample time before we approach it. But I really appreciate these songs. As soon as I heard them, they were so open, especially with the chord progressions. Like it was just super easy to call out, and also just to take these songs on like different journeys, because there wasn't a lot going on in the songs that made it too complex. And so really left it open for like just everybody was able to kind of, like you said, like do their own thing but keep it together. So like yeah, the song selection was really key here.
Yeah.
Key.
Yeah, that's something I heard from a guitar player years ago. Was like they were talking about how whenever you're playing music, you want to make the simple stuff sound hard and the hard stuff sound simple.
Ooh.
And I feel
Another
like
t-shirt.
you guys like killed it with that, because like I'm watching you play and I'm like, okay, the basis of what they're doing, like, yeah, it's simple. It's only a couple chords, but then you guys are just, there's so much on top of it that like a simple player could play along and have fun with it, but you could still bring in the complex players like you guys and it go crazy.
Yeah. I think like the more you play, and we've all been playing for years, but we don't ever like need to deviate completely from like simple, because simple is good, and simple people like simple.
Yeah.
But I think it's often misinterpreted.
Yeah. If you can remind me, what are the names of the 3 songs we did again?
Sure. The first one that we did was Bella's Dream.
Bella's Dream.
Because Bella is my cat. And
Aw.
yeah, it has like a weird B section, so like you never know what cats are thinking, so that's kind of apt. The second song is Matt Wild is Proud. Shout out to Matt Wild. He's a great UK-based artist, piano player, and releases his own stuff. And the last song that we did was Fall is Here.
Something I appreciated that you were doing on the drums there was it's not very often I see the drummer actually like change things about the drum per song, especially the snare. I just loved how you were kind of changing the tone. I don't know if anyone can notice in the video or anything. Hopefully they can, but like you changed like the whole tone of the snare in the 5 minutes between the 2 songs.
Yeah. When we recorded that, we used like a fatter snare, and it just sounded so good. And I forgot to bring another snare, so I was like, let me see if we could just tune this down a little bit. And I'm glad it sounded, at least to us in our ears here, it sounded pretty good. So
Dope.
it changes the feel of the song for sure.
Yeah.
Just some simple change like that gives that song a little bit more depth.
Yeah, I this is gonna be so much fun to work on. I mean, granted, by the time people watch this, it will have been worked on. But I feel like I'm not gonna have to do much to it because you guys just, the dynamics are there, just the playing is there. Like you made the drum sound amazing, the bass sounded amazing, keys sounded clear, the saxophone killer as always. I don't think I've heard a song that Chet played on sound bad when he's on sax.
Aw, thank you so much.
Oh, Chet's amazing. That's
true.
Watch for that any day. Yeah.
And your guitar tone was fantastic. You had some killer tones on there. I think it was in the Matt Wild is Proud was the one that I feel like I liked the most with the guitar tone.
Okay.
Because that one was just, was that the one where you were using the filters you were talking about, or was that the first one?
No, that's Matt Wild.
That is Matt Wild, yeah.
That's the solo tone, and then the original tone on that guitar is like when I'm playing, I'm just comping, so it's extremely dry throughout the song, except for the solo, which is like a little bit crazy. But yeah, I've been just like digging deep into like the tone world, and like when I got the new guitar, it's just like sort of opened up these new possibilities. It's also like that's what helped me write this material, which is I really want to bring people in, and like we've played together enough now to like know these arrangements and like start taking a little bit more risks like when we start playing live. And that's just more fun. Like we want to keep things exciting, right? Like so yeah, we just have a lot of fun while playing like simple stuff, but you can you can choose to like make it complex whenever you feel like. And I know these guys do that like exceptionally well, so it's just always fun. The whole goal of this record initially was to write demos and of course like have all of these people on, and me personally I wanted to really focus on just rhythm guitar playing, because my solo stuff is extremely front heavy and I'm like ripping solos and riffs and shredding all the time. And not that I don't enjoy it, but it's just a little like laying back is also a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And especially when you have like these guys around. So yeah, just tucked in pocket stuff is always groovy, and I think I really want to make records like that moving forward. So as long as I have these guys, or like, you know, all the people in Philly and guys like you who have a setup like this, which is phenomenal. Like for you to do this for us is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
And perfect timing too. So
Yeah.
big ups to you and your team for that.
Thanks, Jarrett.
Thanks, Jared.
You guys are killer. Like I said, doing sessions like this, it makes me enjoy this and keep wanting to do more and more. Because every now and then, like sometimes it doesn't always get the response I want it to get, and it can get discouraging. But like then I get a session like this where it's like everyone's just really good, everyone's excited, everyone's loving how it goes and loving the outcomes, and it's just it's that boost I need to keep going with it, and I really appreciate that from you guys. This was it's gonna be so much fun to listen to. I love I don't know if you guys know the band Weather Report. Like they're huge jazz type thing, and it's all instrumental like this. And it felt like it was very similar to that because all of the men all of the players in Weather Report were crazy instrumentalists that could go off on like the drop of a hat, but they also just kept it tight and simple when they needed to.
Yeah.
That's crazy praise.
But that's also like kind of like a compliment for us. So thank you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was definitely meant as a compliment.
So
Yeah.
but yeah, we're excited to like play as many shows as possible. Of course, like I don't do music full time, so like this is just an incredibly serious passion project. But like now it's like a way of life. Like, you know, I have to play guitar and I get to play with these guys. So as often as we can coordinate our schedules and like get gigs around the city, we want to play. So that's just the next step. So we're glad that we made it till here. We have a record. It's going to be out soon. Probably print some merch and find a band name, but we're just excited to play. Like I'm definitely excited to play.
We're excited too. Yes, we're
Just checking. Just making sure.
I was like, I'm excited to play.
Me
yes,
too.
yes.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. Speaking of shows, like, do you have anything coming up? I know it might not be in time to like let people know, but if you guys have anything that you know is coming that people can watch for and be ready for.
Sure. So we definitely have a show. We have a show on June 14th at The Roof. We'll have our socials linked in the description, so you could definitely get a show date there. But yeah, June 14th at The Roof in Philly. That's where we're going to play. And that'll be our first show as a band. So that'll be a cool thing to attend.
We never played live before, so excited.
And Chet's playing a double header that day, so you could also give a shout out to your band.
Oh yeah, I'm playing with whatever this band is called, and I'm playing with. I'm also playing with this band I play with, Henry Golden, who's fronted by my good friend Zach. It's gonna be cool. Double the fun for me that night.
I mean, from what you were telling me, you guys playing live is going to be just like the studio because you did it. You said you did the whole album in what, 2 takes each song, maybe?
Yeah, pretty much.
Everything was, I think, 2 takes basically, like 2 whole takes here.
Yeah.
In the entire night. It was crazy. Like you guys are like one of the easiest bands I've had. It's so much fun when it's like
Thank you, man.
knocked out so well both times, and that you're just like, I think we can do it better. And I'm just like, really, really?
We run a tight ship.
That's Chet.
Well, thank you guys again for coming on. Thank you for reaching out. Literally just an example of like anyone reaches out, like I'm open to almost anything being on here. I was talking to you guys about doing some more stuff that you've all been on, more projects with Chet, more projects with Joab. Like, I'm sure you'll be seeing most of these faces again.
I'd love that.
I love that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to getting more projects here, and just in general, like working with you and your team. This place is fantastic. I mean, it looks great. It sounds amazing, and yeah, I had a great time just like playing through the songs, of course, like with these guys, and everything was just so smooth, like no hiccups whatsoever.
Thank you.
Had a blast.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
I knew you did sound, but I didn't know you had your own studio.
It's a recent development. I don't think I've even seen you since I got this place. I got it last July.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like you would have mentioned this.
Probably. I would have been like, hey, you got a project you want to do, Joab? Come on. Bring it in the studio. Come on, hire me. But yeah, I'll try and have socials for everything for these guys whenever the band has a name, and possibly Instagram. That'll be in there as well. Link trees or whatever. If I can, I'm going to throw them in there. Thank you guys again. Seriously.
Thank you, man.
It was
Thank
so
you,
much
man.
fun.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Appreciate it.
Was.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions for them, leave them down below. Maybe they'll be able to answer under an official YouTube account. Who knows? But yeah, be sure to check out all 3 of their songs and stay tuned for their album, I guess.
Yeah.
It's coming out soon.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again. And until next time.
Thank you, Jared.
Where is the camera? Because I was pointing to this one.
That's definitely pointing this way.